The birds do it. The bees do it. It seems we all do it, but we like to think we do it differently from other animals. New discoveries are shattering old assumptions about sex and the sexes.
If men are animals, are women animals too? Absolutely.
Who's really in control of the mating game?
If we look at a rhesus monkey group, the most aggressive animals are the females, not the males. If you watch them for any period of time, you see that it's not the male who initiates sex, it's the female who initiates sex.
But how different are males from females? And when it comes to sex on 6 legs, how different can it get?
Insects break pretty much every rule you can think of about the way sex is supposed to be.
It's incredible, but the mating goes on even though the male has had his head bitten off by his partner.
Oh yeah, reproduction versus pleasure. Do we have sex to make the next generation, or do we have sex for fun?
Faust conducted an experiment. He dressed up male rats in tiny tethering jackets, kind of the rat equivalent of a leather jacket.
So the rats wore this on their first sexual experience when they were virgins. When the jacket comes off, it's as if something's missing. So the jacket has essentially become a fetish object for these animals. Fetishes? Why would they develop? I mean, it's impossible to consider those as being reproductive.
Now these images are sexually explicit, so they're men and women in sexually aroused states.
One of the questions we're really interested in my lab is how women's and men's patterns of sexual response are similar and how they're different. I opted to use sort of nature documentary types of films depicting bonobos having sexual activity with each other. Women experienced a genital response to these films. They didn't report that they felt sexually aroused in any way, but they certainly had a physiological response.
So what is sex really for?
Sex is often about more than reproduction, and it's often about more than reproduction in lots of other kinds of animals.
And what is it that drives our desires?
Can't pleasure itself be an end in itself?
Sex raises some pretty good questions.